to anybody who is here. We are the Minnesota Spirit Hunters, and we're here to just communicate.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to a very special season finale episode of Minnesota SpiritCast. It's good to finally be back with you guys tonight. This is the first show that I have done in a while, but big props to the rest of the hunters for taking over for me while I couldn't do the show. But I'm glad to be here with you guys, and tonight is our season finale, so it's going to be a very special show. And I can't think of two better people to help me close out this show tonight, as well as a few others that will be coming later on into the show. So everybody, please welcome your girl Squeaks, Sarah Russell. Hello.
And no, Lord, my hair is bad.
Is what it is. I mean, why do you think I'm wearing a hat? And then our second co-host tonight is the Shadow. Aaron Hoffman, welcome to the show.
How's it going, everybody?
Not too bad. Thank you guys for helping me close out this season with a very special show. Speaking of special, we got a very special guest on tonight for the very first time. Never been on the show before. And before we move on, I can honestly say that not only do I get the pleasure of having you guys on my season finale of Minnesota SpiritCast, but I also get the pleasure to work closely with both of you because you are now both hunters. What do you think about that?
I'm excited. I'm
excited to have you.
A few years ago, and I'm excited about it.
Absolutely. And Aaron actually just did his first investigation with us, which you can catch later into season 3 of Minnesota Spirit Hunters. We are on season 2, so you got to wait quite a while for this episode, but you will see it. And Aaron will be in our live investigations. So will Sarah. And let's not keep the people waiting any longer for our very special guest tonight, talk show host and founder of Message From The Other Side. I'm so sorry.
Message From The Afterlife.
Message From The Afterlife. And another very special brand new hunter. Welcome, Anna.
Hi, Marcus. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate your presence on this very special finale.
Well, thank you for having me.
Not a problem. So, as I mentioned, you all three are brand new members of mine, which means I typically own your asses.
I'm the only one.
You sign paperwork, that means I own you. No, I'm kidding.
No.
But here's the thing. If that's the case, you just got this as is. There's no warranty. There's no return.
There's no beyond.
At least you got your good looks.
Wow.
How high are you?
Oh, pretty damn high, I'll tell you that. Oh, man, no, but this is a very special show. Anna, you're obviously one of my new team members, but that's not why you're here tonight. You're here about your talk show, your podcast, Message From the Afterlife. First of all, let's talk a little bit about it. What is it about?
The reason why I created my show is because I felt like the paranormal field needed something new, a place to go, a place to feel loved, a place to feel recognized for their hard work. And for anybody besides paranormal, mediums, witches, anybody with a monster story is more welcome. And I want them to feel like they were actually feeling respected for knowing what they can bring to us when it comes to hard evidence. And that's what my show is about. And, you know, not a lot of places make you feel like that. And I wanted to make people feel loved in this field, and there's not enough love to give out.
Exactly. Exactly. And actually, a really good person who displays that a lot within Minnesota Spirit Hunters as well is here with us tonight, too, aka my very special co host. Well, I got like 3 co hosts tonight. So, everybody, welcome my lead cameraman, Brandon Schreiber. Welcome.
Hi.
How's it
You
going?
know, I love how they put you right in the middle position. I have no idea why.
What kind of sandwich is way in there?
Brandon's like, make way, bitches. Oh boy, no, but Brandon, welcome to the show. We have Anna tonight. We got the Shadow, aka Aaron, and we got I can't point at her no more, but I can point at you. We got speakers over there too. So we all point at squeakers, all right?
Right?
Aaron.
Put me on the spot.
I love how you keep pointing the opposite way, Anna.
That way.
Yeah, you're pointing. Oh shit. Oh boy. No, but so I mean, you created the show obviously for a really good reason.
Yes.
Let's rewind all the way back to the beginning before Message from the Afterlife, and let's talk about how you got into paranormal investigating. Because if we're talking the truth here, you are a fairly new face in the field. So, how did you get started?
Wow. All the way back before high school. So I always experienced things when I was a kid, and I was very big into horror. I'm a very big horror fan, and I was experiencing a lot of things that a lot of people weren't.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured I knew I was different, and ever since then, I saw a lot of other people do it, and I was like, it's quite interesting. I might as well just take it to the next level. So I kind of did. I just went for it and just learned along the way. And ever since then, I was on 2 teams and classes, and I'm here now, and I'm everywhere apparently.
Well, and that's the thing, the support in the field has grown. Like I have been part of the paranormal field for going on 4 years. I opened Minnesota Spirit Hunters in August. It was August 21st, 2020. So that gives us going on 3 years. And when I first started in the field, I had nobody. I seriously was doing everything on my own.
Yep, same with me.
Myself. Exactly. And I was supporting myself. I was buying my own equipment. I was busting my ass to get the views that I deserved and the views I needed. I can honestly say probably 2021. I met Matt Barron in 2021. And we're going to talk about Matt for a second. Matt has been a huge support system. Ever since I met him, I have made a lot more adjustments to Minnesota Spirit Hunters for the better. And he coaches you through everything. So that's the nice thing. But it's not only Matt. It is everybody in the support system.
Until he gets an idea.
Okay, so if we're going to talk about that, we're not going to give Matt ideas because he'll make like a 3-minute video based on that idea. Oh, no, but we love you, Matt. We appreciate everything you do and everything. And what I'm getting at here, big love to Matt. I guess what I'm getting at here is the support system from 2020 to 2023 is progressing every day. Paranormal is taking over YouTube. It's taking over Facebook. Hell, it's taking over Instagram even. I've seen all kinds of paranormal on Instagram.
TikTok. I don't think it was that huge until all this.
Right. Exactly. And the thing is, it's just if we all keep banding together like we have been, then numbers are going to keep growing. That support's going to keep growing. And I can say this, there is still a hell of a lot of ego in this field. A lot of it. And our goal is to keep ourselves away from that ego.
I call that fuckery.
Exactly. we got to push ourselves away from that ego. We got to hold our heads up and say, this is my field. This is what I'm doing. And nobody's going to stop that. And that's what you're doing, Anna. And you recently started your show. You're doing fantastic, and you have a damn good show. So
thank you. Yeah, it feels great being respected. It just takes a few minutes just to, respect somebody, love somebody, support them. That's all they ask. I mean, I know there's so many teams, but I think too many teams are competitioning with each other. And
right.
I think that's what's causing all the ifs and rafts and the drama and the egos. And, at least I want them to feel at least they have somewhere to go and be safe and be themselves. And the show is about them. And let them shine. Let them tell their story. Let them tell whatever they want. They can give me pictures. I can make a slideshow for them, which I have been in the past. I would put all their ghost hunter pictures together, all their evidence, and in the middle of the show, I will play it for them. So this way, everybody can see all their hard work.
Yep. Let's not get each other wrong. We only respect each other on camera. After the camera stops rolling, we hate the shit out of each other.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to laugh, was I?
Whoops.
Whatever. Brandon, you had a question, it looked like.
Well, it was more of a statement. On the whole subject of, teams with other teams, you got to be the opposite of like Zach Bagans. You got to take your ego, you got to set it aside, and you got to work well with everyone.
I'm sorry, did you say douchebagging?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, don't make fun of my boy Zach. Why do you think I'm wearing a flat bill? I gotta be like.
Wait, I'm still looking for that email from Billy Tolley. So.
I didn't know you were making proposition to him.
I'm glad.
No, he came on to me.
I'm sorry, but that was funny. I got a message from Squeakers one night, and Squeakers, I'm going to tell the story. And she sent me some screenshots, and it was from Billy Tolley. And if anybody doesn't know who that is, well, then congratulations, because you haven't watched Ghost Adventures, and that's not a bad thing. Right. But anyway, this guy was coming on saying, I messaged my fans on this page and this and that. I can tell you right now, no one is. Oh, that's on Brandon's screen. I'm like, who the hell is walking in the background?
It would be my niece in the reflection of the window.
Ah, gotcha. So she sends me these screenshots, and this Billy Tolley guy is messaging his fans from this private page and whatever. I can give a piece of advice: if anybody comes at you like that, it's fake. They're not just going to message you.
Yeah.
I think the only way you're going to hear from a paranormal celebrity is if you reach out to them.
Yeah, and good luck with that one.
That's as an example, somebody messaging, who completely is not, but somebody messaging saying they're Amy Bruni. You think I'm going to believe them?
No. Likely their staff is going to message you before that actual.
Exactly. Yep. Their staff, their agent, their something.
Yep. If there's not anybody that's actually recognizable that that's on their staff, then no, it's fake. That's why I was like laughing my ass off the whole time. This dude was sitting next to me. I'm like, first of all, his birth date was like something in the 2000s, and I'm like, no, you can't be. You look like you're almost 30, fucker.
Oh yeah, I think he is in his 30s.
With all the shows, but I know how old people are.
Well, yeah. I don't know, but no, but to kind of sway back over to you, Anna, you have weekly shows, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and one thing that I've struggled with this show especially is scheduling people to be on the show. Now, what is your system for scheduling people for each episode of your show?
I usually let them know early, so this way it gives them time to give me a date. I kind of work around them, not my schedule. So
Yes.
this way, it makes it easy on them, when they have, work and other obligations during the week. And if they give me a date that's comfortable, I'll do it from them. My show used to be every Friday night, but apparently now it's any day during the week because it's just got to that point.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
if they want
and-
to do a Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Sunday, it doesn't matter. I'll work around their schedule.
See, that's a good system. Let's talk about what me and Squeakers are doing right now. I have so this is the season 3 finale of Minnesota Spiritcast. Now we are renewed for season 4, so you can expect a season 4. And we already have a schedule put out, but we have people scheduled all the way up until the first week of September.
Wow.
So we schedule a hell of a way out. And it can be very challenging to do that. So I have, and it can. And I kind of put it on hold by scheduling people until we at least get to like April or May.
Well, all I can say with that is always do a flyer ahead of time of something that you can email your guests. Hey, the time's still okay for you that way. Because that's what I'm coming into a little bit of a battle about, because guests are forgetting or they're not writing it down or vice versa. And it's like, man, alive.
I
It's not always their fault either.
Well, I think in a situation like that, the best thing anybody can do is probably schedule things on a bi-monthly rate. Because this way, people, they're not so far out that they forget, but it's not so immediate that they don't have time to get ready.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I went a little too overboard with was scheduling so far out. And I think you're right. I think from now on, I'll schedule up to 2 months instead of 3 or 4.
I usually do month by month. It just makes it more easier and less complicated.
Yeah.
So along that, just to kind of add to Mark's question, how do you actually look for the guests or reach out to them?
I look through their Facebook, of course, but now lately I've been getting people asking me and me asking them. So the word must be getting spread out a lot. I mean, I just had a lady reach out to me from Dark Hope, and she's out in the UK. I didn't even know who she was. She reached out to me today. I had somebody reach out to me last week. So lately, I haven't had people. I didn't have to ask lately. They've been coming to me, and I've been already booked through March already. So that's why I post all the time. Make sure you ask soon because you're lucky that you even get in there. Networking,
recruiting.
See, and that's the thing, I haven't put any ads out about season 4 of this show yet. And I have had people come to me I enjoy your show. You're very descriptive and you're very supportive of these teams and their members. And it's a good branding and a good marketing tool. This podcast is, and people come to me, and I don't turn anyone down. So if I'm already scheduled all the way up until this season of this show was supposed to be way shorter than it was, than it has been. This is our 40th episode of this season, and I've had many people. I'm just trying to figure out what you want, what you're doing. I want some.
Hold up.
Hold on. Let him get his drink. All eyes on Aaron.
It's powdered aspirin.
Powdered aspirin.
Yep. Because when you take any kind of pill, whether a hard pill, gel tab, whatever, it's got to go to your stomach and get broken down before it can go into your bloodstream. With powdered aspirin and just a touch of caffeine, it accelerates everything. the average effective kick-in for most pain relievers is anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. This
Right.
powder will kick in 15 minutes or less.
Damn. All right. That reminds me of something, and I shit you not. And I'm not trying to turn the attention to but I have a really funny story.
Sure, go right ahead.
So when I was working at my previous job, I'm obviously at a new job now. Lots of support and love to all the healthcare workers out there. I'm one myself, and I just want to throw it out there that that I appreciate and support each and every one of you guys, because it's something I do every day. So lots of support to you guys. But I was working at my old job, and we were out smoking and whatever, me and my coworker, and she kind of told me a story, and it involved 2 cups of black coffee from Holiday gas station and a bag of CBD gummies. All right. So did you know that if you eat an entire bag of CBD gummies and drink 2 small black coffees from Holiday, it will give you a high as if you had just smoked a joint, smoked a bowl or something?
If you're not careful, that's also a colonic.
Yeah. I was going to say, put a little bit of a warning on there.
Yeah, your discretion advised.
Thank you.
We should put NC-17 across the bottom here, but who cares?
Right.
17-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 13-year-olds, you're allowed. No, I'm kidding. Hey, we're all friends.
Right.
Well, I don't have anything like that, but you know.
I'm a huge fan of that show.
So am I.
Great show.
Mm-hmm.
So, pivot.
Do it, and it goes in the handbag or something. The marinara goes in the handbag.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
How you doing?
Pivot.
Marinara fight.
Brandon's like, shut up and get on.
Well, the only thing I was going to add was with the whole scheduling thing. If you keep open communication, a lot of times it helps, being able to just text them and be like, hey, you still up for, this time on this day and whatnot, and just making sure that you're able to still talk to them and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mentioned.
Oh, sorry, Sarah.
That was my bad. Go ahead.
No, what I was going to say, I usually message them a week of the show to make sure that, like you said, everything's still good. Because I make flyers for everybody. That's not flyers, but flyers as videos to make them feel, a little like they are somebody. And I want to make sure that, are you good? Are you okay? You got to change. So, yeah, I usually do it the week before. Sorry about that, Sarah.
No, you're good. Those personal touches are actually something that brings more guests to your shows, because they're going to understand and know that they're wanted. And, basically feeling comfortable.
And I absolutely agree. You guys have Brandon, we've been doing Minnesota SpiritCast for over a year and a half now. We've been doing this show for 3 seasons now, going on 4. You guys have seen the branding that I do for Minnesota SpiritCast. Now, it's a lot of work, because I am the founder of the team. So my job is to make sure that our investigations are scheduled. My team members are in the place that they need to be. We have the finances that we need to do what we got to do to schedule these podcasts. I have a lot to do. Now, I'll do it later. But the thing is the branding can be a pain. So after I schedule each podcast, I will go ahead and make that banner, and I'll just keep it in a file on my phone. And then that way, once I'm ready to brand this episode, then I'll put up an ad. I'll do all of that. Now, what is your technique of branding for these episodes that you do?
I make sure that I get everything done beforehand, prepare them, make sure that everything's in line, because if you do it in the last minute, it's like, oh shit moment. So it's like, crap. And I don't like to be at the last minute, so I make sure that everything is prepared, their slideshows are prepared, the editing is prepared, the video entries prepared. So it's a lot.
Now, have you ever considered getting a partner to help you on all this?
I thought about it, and I haven't crossed that road yet.
I have a good suggestion for you.
Sure.
Hi.
Hi.
My phone starts going off, and then all of a sudden I look over and I'm all on the screen.
Oh,
I'm
crap.
just saying. I can honestly say that I've been following the Paracrew podcast for quite some time, and Sarah is constantly branding for the Paracrew podcast. It's the designs are fantastic. The branding is just like no other because you can see the love and the support within the branding. So I do recommend Sarah for a lot of stuff. So I know you got on in your plate, Squeakers, but I mean that's your fault.
No, I can still help you out. I've got a little bit of wiggle room that I can. Plus, I've got anxiety really bad, so it helps my anxiety.
So I do want to, and this show is not about Squeakers. It's not about me. It's not about Aaron, Brandon, anybody but Anna. But I do want to say that I want to congratulate Sarah for the job that I have offered her for season 4. Because Sarah is now going to be our new main marketer and brander and designer for season 4 of Minnesota SpiritCast. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm almost already done with all the states too. So
sweet. That's only half of them. We have more.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about season 4 later on because it's going to be a really big and really long season, and we're probably quitting the show for like a year after this.
No way. Maybe a month.
We need a break, right, Brandon?
In like 2 months.
2 months, yeah. Okay. Like but anyway, so Sarah, you run a podcast. Brandon, you help me run a podcast. Aaron, you run a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know the concept of how it is running a podcast and what all you got to do. Are there any questions brewing in you guys' head to ask Anna?
Not podcast related, but I've had Anna on my show, Spectre Radio, before, and we've talked about vibration. We've talked about how people and spirits might not be vibrating on the same frequency, so that's why some people might not be able to interact, or why some spirits will not respond because their vibration doesn't agree with your vibration.
Mm-hmm.
So with that in mind, where do you sit on the effectiveness of crystals?
I don't use crystals. There's a good reason behind that.
Okay.
They open me up way too much with my gifts, so I try not to use it, especially when I'm on investigation. So, crystals are no good for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Oh, my energy and the gift I have, it will just draw in more and more and more, and too much for me to handle all at once. So, I have certain crystals every once in a while, only if it's necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And crystals, they're not for everybody. There's crystals that I've gotten at a metaphysical shop from a person. Brandon, we actually went there before that Finlayson investigation. And my friend sells, metaphysical stuff and crystals and whatever. And there's certain crystals that one can pick up and it gives the wrong vibrations. It's just not made for you, and you can tell what's not made for you. Now, as far as the mediumship, I agree with that because Rochelle and T, my original mediums, they don't do that well with crystals. They can deal with them, but they don't do that well with them. So I agree with you on that. And so speaking of your gift, we all know that you have a gift. When did you discover that you had this gift?
Mostly after high school. I had it. I was starting to develop and see things like I told you before, where I saw things more than others, and I just couldn't quite understand why. I knew on my mom's side, her sister has something, and my mom told me about it, but I didn't understand at the time, really, because I really, didn't know nothing of it. So after high school, I started taking classes, and during these classes, the teacher told me, like, so we would sit down with a partner, and we will read them with tarot cards, but I was the one reading them without the tarot cards. And she came up to me, she's like, "How are you doing that?" I was like, I don't know. I have no idea. I just tell it like it is and see it like it is. And she's like, "You know you have a natural gift, right?" And I was like, "No, what are you talking about?" She's like, "You're reading this person without cards, like you're supposed to be reading her with the cards, and you could read her with, like," she couldn't believe it, and I was shocked at myself too. So that's how I knew, besides knowing that I was different than others, that I didn't realize what incredible gift I had. And everybody always tells me, every time you walk in the room, you feel like an angel. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, you seriously brighten up the room, and they're like, it's incredible. I'm like, I'm not even doing anything. I just walk through a room, and it's crazy how it took off since then. Oh, you should know that, right, Marcus?
Oh, yeah. Wait, are we talking about falling here?
No.
Oh.
What?
I was gonna say Brandon's brewing something over in his brain there. These fuckers are always trying to get me to fall on investigations. So yeah, we're not gonna talk about falling.
Oh boy.
So, I'm not trying to get you to fall. You've just fallen at investigations.
Oh shit, I've never fell on an investigation.
What, are you clumsy on
Oh, I lied. I have fell.
Is this a Jason movie or what?
Well, yeah, of course. But so we're on our way to the Boyd House back in 2021, and we stop at a gas station in Pine City over where Brandon and Cara lives, and we're in front of the gas station loading up the van and everything. We gone over equipment and everything. I'm standing beside the van, and Cara has her window down. I'm standing there talking to her. I kid you not, she looks over to the driver's side just for a slight second, looks back, and I'm gone. I'm not standing there. My ass had done fell on that ice and busted my tailbone.
Oh.
It was the funniest thing, though. It was the funniest thing because 1 minute I'm there and I'm like Houdini, gone the next second.
Yeah. That's how I earned my nickname, The Shadow. Or one of the reasons why I have that nickname.
Oh, I got to hear this.
Yeah, me too. I'm curious.
Well, two reasons. The first reason being that when I was born on an Air Force base in Arizona. And after a while, my parents got divorced and I moved to Minnesota. And the Air Force base eventually got shut down. And all the files got moved around. My birth certificate was lost. So for the longest time, I couldn't prove that I even existed. I was literally a shadow in the system. I had a little bit of a criminal record, but even that wasn't enough to confirm my identity. And eventually it took the threat of a lawsuit for a birth certificate. And now I have one, but all it says is just my name, the day I was born, and who my parents are, and where I was born. That's it. Doesn't say anything about gender, doesn't say the height, the weight, nothing. The other reason is pretty much like you said, and I have pissed people off to no end with this. We could be walking in a crowded place, you look at me, yeah, blah, 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 turn your head away and then turn back and I'm gone. And I've had people look for me at the mall trying to find me, and they don't realize that half the time I'm right behind them following them. And I would tap them on the shoulder. You looking for something? What the fuck, dude? Somebody get a fucking bell on this guy. Damn. So, yeah, that's the reason why they call me the Shadow.
Oh, man.
Interesting.
All right. Well, since we're talking about nicknames here, I got to hear why we call Sarah Squeaks.
Yeah, I'm so curious.
Well, a lot of it started when I was working with Brian James's group, and he always looked for a nickname for me. And then one day I started squeaking from my laughter, and he was just like, "No, it's Squeakers." And ever since,
Can you demonstrate?
not with that, but I also do other things. I do sound effects. I do. I can do
Well,
the
sound effect from where?
Right.
right.
Oh man, no, but so here pretty soon we're gonna take a halftime intermission before the end of the show. But before we do that, Anna, I would love to ask you, can you do a tarot reading right here on Minnesota SpiritCast tonight?
Well, thank God I have my tarot cards with me.
Let's get it. Let's do one. Yeah, I mean, this is the finale. We got to make it special.
Well, I didn't know you were going to put me on a spot like that.
Your name is on the damn show.
I know that. But you're the first person that's, hey, by the way, you want to do a reading? I'm like, oh, crap.
Welcome to the Minnesota SpiritCast, woman. Get used to it.
Hey, listen, you already saw how my gift worked.
I sure did.
No, don't lie to Anna.
All right. Anna. Focus. Center yourself.
In and out.
Well, somebody's having a problem with confidence. Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You have a problem with confidence lately?
Not you, Brandon.
A lot.
That card literally jumped out the minute I started shuffling. Usually that means when a card jumps out, usually I have to read it because it means something for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've had a lot of crap on the last few days, actually, and I'm to that point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're stronger than you think, and I really do truly believe that your confidence is a lot more, and I can see that in you, but you have to make that happen for yourself, and you got to stop putting a lot of things down on yourself, because you're a strong woman and you could do this, and you do have the confidence. You got to stop letting other people put you down the way they do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, let's see who's the next victim.
We're putting them on the spot. Who could it
That's
be?
okay.
Who could it be?
Hey, listen, I already got Sarah, so let's see. Oh, no. Oh, well, this is a card for you there, Aaron. Okay, that makes sense. You're the person that loves to have the sense of humor.
The person that wants to what?
Sense of humor, as we all know. Always with the jokes. Always try to be that hero of the group and try to save people with it and try to make people feel loved with it as well.
Well, you don't know me that well, do you?
Well, I'm trying to.
No. I mean, you're not wrong on that. I mean, I've had a lot of people, come up to me and get to be, they start to, tell me their problems or what's going on. They're on the verge of tears, and it's almost like second nature for me to just throw out some smart ass remark that just completely throws them off. And next thing you know, they're in a laughing fit, and they've forgotten about what it is that they were, wanting to talk to me about in the first place.
Right.
It's like that movie says, I may not be gangster, but I am a gangster.
We all know that one. No offense.
Who's our next victim? No, I'm kidding.
Well, actually, under Aaron, I had another card under Aaron's card. And do you feel that you are always being watched, but in a good way, especially around your home?
I do say that I feel like I'm being watched, and I've told people about the situation that I have here. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I don't feel threatened by it.
No, it's not threatened at all. Not at all. I don't even feel anything from your side as I'm talking to you. Trust me, I would have told you already.
Right.
So they are definitely watching you closely, and there's a reason for it. Is why you feel that way.
Okay.
Okay. Next time when you feel that, pay more attention to it, because you're missing signs that you need to see more, especially to what you're doing. It has to do more with the paranormal than anything else. Make sense?
Yeah, I've had people tell me that I need to be tested because just some of the experiences I've had and this knack I have for reading people. Like my wife would tell you, I scare the shit out of people when I read people sometimes.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's not like, I do it in a scary way, but I mean, I just have this thing where if I look at a person and after 5 minutes of talking to them, I almost know everything about them. And,
right.
I've had people tell me that it's psychic. I've had people tell me that it's intuitive. I don't know what it is.
Right. Well, next time, like I said, just look into it more, because someone is trying to tell you something important. I don't feel that it's a relative. It's more than your guys than anything else. Okay. So next time, just definitely look into it more, and you'll see.
Would it be something somebody asking for help?
I don't think it's help. I think it's more on you because of the things that you're involved with.
Okay.
And no, I don't think it's coming for somebody else. It would have said it. So it's definitely more on you. I can't put my finger on it. It's definitely making me feel very important on your behalf. Definitely be careful of the steps that you take.
Right.
Especially like you said, you have that ability, and you have weird things happen. But definitely be careful the next step you do in the paranormal. Okay. Makes sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next victim, somebody is trying to explore their options more, but something is blocking their way. Any of the two of you up there?
I think I'll take responsibility for that one because, there are different things that I'm trying to do, but I don't know how to go about it.
You just have to break away and just do it for yourself. Break away, focus on yourself, and it'll just make things a lot easier to where you need to be. Because you're bringing on so much on your plate, it makes you stop thinking about you. You have to start thinking about you, and it's going to help you see things better with that.
Okay.
You have too many things blocking your path.
I think that might apply to both of us, Marcus, because what did I just tell you and Victor Santiago, Squeaks? How I felt like I had too much going on and that I had to break away because I wasn't me anymore. I haven't done any artwork. I haven't done any music.
See? Yeah. Well, you guys are a mess, aren't you? I
will be the first to tell you that.
Oh, good God. Somebody has issues with believing and trusting people. They say they do, but they don't. Who is that?
Well, see, I think I trust people a little too much.
Okay, so this has to be you then.
Yeah. You said it would have to be me then?
Well, it's drawing to you. So I wasn't sure it was him or you.
Okay.
You are blocking a little bit too much. That's why you're not really getting a card at the moment. You're a little closed off.
Brandon?
Yes, you. I could feel it. I could feel it a little bit. And, I understand that when you meet a medium and you never met me before, some people can be like that, so I'm not offended. So it's fine. But yeah, definitely, yeah, you guys lower that level of yours. You know what I mean. I'm just not going to say much on that.
Mm-hmm.
All I can say about that is if you had been with me and Marcus the night we did the walkthrough and we had Anna on the phone, I mean, I'm always skeptical of people and I give them the benefit of the doubt, but Anna surprised the hell out of me that night.
Wow. Yeah, well, like I said, when I'm not thinking about it and I kind of just go, and once I start going, that's it. Everything just starts going for me. And I don't know if you want me to say anything about that night, but
no, don't say much. Is that on that one?
Yeah, I kind of felt like crap the next day because of what was going on, and that's kind of my fault because I wasn't, shielding right and protecting myself. So,
See, and yeah, but I mean, and I kind of feel a little bad too because I was supposed to have squeakers there with us too, and my Wi-Fi just wasn't working. My phone was, low of battery and all that, and I have a feeling
that happens, man.
Huh?
It was a really weird place.
Yeah,
it was interesting. The only issue is, and I can't say much because it's a private residence and it will be an episode of ours, so I can't disclose anything. But all I can say is that when this episode does come out, you're going to see how packed our team is going to be in this apartment because this apartment is teeny tiny. And I'm just curious to see how it goes. There's a lot of stuff going on, and we think we're missing a big, important clue to what's going on.
That's what I need to get in there. And
That's all I can really say. I can't really say anything else for, disclosure of Minnesota Spirit Hunters. I can't go any farther, but we're going to have a good time. I know that.
I wish I could fly out, honestly, but
I wish so too.
Me too.
Well, all I can say is that, when Marcus does release all of this, with everything that I've seen and encountered and then people that I've talked to, this case is definitely one for the books.
I agree. I do agree.
I'm just happy that it's not a cemetery.
I know. I'm so happy that we finally get to do something other than a cemetery.
I'll tell you. Go ahead, Mark.
I'm sorry, but I'm just sick of cemeteries. We've been investigating them for almost a freaking year now.
I've been having to figure out how to film cemeteries for almost a year now, and it sucks.
It does.
Well, tell you what, Marcus found out that night. I've got a few roller coasters lined up for you guys.
Oh, yeah. We're in for a treat, boy. We are. With that being said, we are going to take in a short intermission. Grab a smoke, grab a drink, do what you got to do. Go drop the boys off at the pool, do what you got to do. So we're going to take a short intermission, and we do look forward to coming back, talking with you guys a little bit more and getting to know a little bit more about Anna and what she does. So don't go anywhere for this special episode, season finale episode of Minnesota SpiritCast. We'll be right back.
soon as you walk into this tunnel, you get that instant vibe that something is going on. They say if you walk into the tunnel and you put a match or a lighter, I think it's a match, you put to the wall, you will hear a scream. You start hearing some voices, you start hearing footsteps.
Is there anyone down here?
And we are back. Welcome back to this very special season finale of Minnesota SpiritCast. We might be having a few more people join us tonight. One of our very special original team members might be joining us. And by original, I mean all the way back in 2020 original. So, yeah, Brandon, what's up?
What she was saying, actually, I think was directed at my niece. Because she's been going through problems with her mother and trust issues, and yeah.
Okay.
Me, I'm just chilling.
Well, before we cut out on commercial, I had one more card that it was meant to be for somebody, but I didn't know who it was. If you don't mind me reading it, Marcus.
Go right ahead. Floor is yours.
So, thank you. So usually when I get a card with a child in it, usually means it's somebody lost a child, somebody had a miscarriage. Did anybody lose a child in the family or had a miscarriage?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Well, like I said, my niece is having a lot of problems with her mom, like not wanting to be around her anymore.
Okay. It's also meaning that the card is also somebody is on the right path, like I said before, but you're having somebody guide you through that, but you're not realizing it. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So is this for you then?
My niece.
Okay. Well, it happens sometimes. If it's not for you, sometimes it happens for somebody else. But that's the only last card that I wanted to read. It was kind of bothering me because it just came out of the pile and it was the last one. So that's all I have for right now.
Awesome. Well, you know, that was the very first tarot reading we've ever had on the show. It was very awesome. And somebody who can really relate to something like this, very special woman. She's been in our life for almost 3 or 4 years now, and we love her dearly. Everybody, please welcome our original medium, T.
Hello.
Hi,
Hey
T.
guys.
Hi.
Long time no
Hello.
see.
I know.
How's Texas?
85 and wonderful.
Oh, shut up. I'm voting.
We're having a blizzard right now, damn it.
I know. I've been keeping up with you.
We got a storm coming. 85. And what the hell?
Yeah, right. I think your time on the show is done, T.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I was outside freezing, covering up because it's windy. So does that help?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay.
At least
You're
you're
welcome.
suffering too. We want you to suffer too.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, T, it's been a long time no see, and I don't know if you met Anna yet, but I'm sure you two can relate. So,
Hello.
Hi.
I've been watching for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe. So,
very nice.
but yeah. So.
Yeah. So, oh, geez, I gotta adjust my booty there. It's starting to hurt sitting on this chair. Oh boy. But so I don't know. I feel like you two have some type of connection just by being on this show.
Oh, I have a question for both of them.
Oh boy.
Yeah, what's up?
And this is an individual question, but it's aimed at both of you because of what you both do. So
Okay.
this question is simply this. What was the one case that made you realize the full scope or give an idea as to what your abilities were and convince you that this was what you were meant to do?
Which one want to start?
You can.
Okay. Oh, okay. I was on a case with a New Jersey team, and they did not give me any notes. They did not give me any information. They let me walk through the house, and I was able to pick on every little thing that happened in that house from room to room. And then after that, he brought me back in the office with one of his managers part of the team. And they're like, did you read the report? I'm like, no, I didn't know if I had to. And he's like, do you realize that you got everything correct, including the extra spirit in the yard that we didn't tell you about? The brother, I actually was able to see the brother, and that wasn't even part of the case I was doing. So ever since then, I knew I was meant for this.
Okay. Next.
I think T might have froze.
Probably.
Uh-oh, unless she fell asleep.
Yeah, I think she froze up.
Interesting.
You there, T?
I'm sorry, what's going on?
Like T froze up.
T froze up. Oh,
Yeah.
Let's take her out and let her come back in.
I've got a question for all of us. What is the one investigation you want to do really bad?
Oh God, I got loads. God, crap. Now I can't think. I want to do so many that I can't even think of any. Really?
She's got nothing.
I have plenty. It's just not there.
All right,
I
just
know
think about it.
We're not there.
Well, there's so many that I've done already that I already crossed off my list.
She says she wants to come and do the Palmer House with that glorified, beautiful Minnesota Spirit Hunters team. That's her dream investigation.
Yes, it is, Marcus.
Palmer House is extremely expensive, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So actually, that's a really good question, Brenda, and we'll come back to it too. But before we lose our train of thought here, Aaron, what was your question for T?
What was the one case that made you realize that your ability was the real deal, and that this is what you were meant to do, more or less?
I don't think I have one specific thing. I was born with it. It's passed down through the generations. My mother had it, her sisters had it, my on and on and on. And I was raised in the South, so it's all the devil's work. So I wasn't allowed to really talk about it while I was growing up. And I guess it started probably, I just told a friend when I was running a pet rescue in Minnesota, and I decided to tell her that I had this ability, and I can read houses, and I can animal communicate, and all that kind of stuff. And she says, well, I have a house that when I was an EMT, I really, really want to know how this person died, because I don't believe it. He died the way they said. Mm-hmm. And so we went over there, and I kind of told her what I thought. And she goes, that makes sense. And she goes, I don't think he died where we found him. And I said, oh, no, he didn't. He died upstairs, and they had moved his body downstairs. And I'm like, so I guess that would have to be. And then it was, and then all of a sudden, Marcus put his, said that he wanted some team members, and so I contacted him, and then him and I just kind of connected. So,
and
that's kind of how it started.
And no, I did not hire her because she has a Camaro.
Yeah, well,
I think that was a big part of it, Marcus.
I'm sure it was.
It sure was. I mean, it's cute. It's got eyelashes on the front.
Yes, she does. That she does. But she is called the bitch bot, so.
The bitch box. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll never forget my last time riding in there. T was just having fun with that. I promise. We were just flying down the road, just not caring about nothing.
No, she's my happy.
I mean, and T, we have a lot of fun times together. Like I said, you've been with our team since the very beginning. And we've been on many investigations together. And I'll never forget the teaser episode before we even released the first episode of season 1 over at the Bram Cemetery. And that was our very first episode. And the wildest stuff happened to us there. I kid you not, me and T were walking around, and we stopped at this one grave, and this guy's name is John. And was literally threatening me because he did not want me near his grave. He was threatening me. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was fun, though.
And one special thing here is that T actually helped me discover I have a gift. So a very unique way too. We were in St. Paul?
I think so.
Yeah, we were in St. Paul, and we were St. Paul, Minnesota, and we were doing a photo shoot, and we were walking back to the car, and there was not abandoned, but nothing in it. There was a movie theater. And if I remember right, you called me over to the window and you asked me, what do you see in there? So I kind of cuff my hands up to the window and start looking in. At first, I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? What do you see in there? There's nothing in there.
Yeah.
And then I channel in and I look closer and I start naming off descriptive words of what I saw. And from there on, I got everything that T had gotten. And that's how I discovered I had a gift. So
I like to help people. I mean, some people really don't have gifts, but then there are some who they do have gifts, but they haven't discovered it yet, or there's some that have gifts and they have discovered it, but they not sure how to go about different things.
Right.
So if I know about it, I mean, I will help people. If I don't know about it, I try to find the answers to help them.
Okay,
But
well, let me ask you this. Did you have a feeling that I had a gift, or what made you call me over to that window?
yeah, it's a feeling. I think everybody that has a gift, once you know how to use it and you tune into it, you know when other people have it.
Okay.
I mean, there's this little girl that I know, and I know she has a gift, but I, for the life of me, cannot figure out what that gift is.
Mm-hmm.
But she's 7, and she recently started asking me about spirits, but she has a deeper gift than that.
Sure.
And I just told her, I'm like, you don't need to be scared, you know. And that's the biggest thing that I want her to know, is that she does not need to be scared.
Right.
But I cannot for the life of me figure out what all she has. But she's a very old soul too, so it's kind of hard for me. And then of course she's in Minnesota, I'm in Texas, so.
Well, so I guess, one of my questions to to both you and Anna, like T and Anna, is does it ever get too much to where you wish you didn't have an ability or a gift?
I can turn it off.
Okay.
So if they bother me, I'm just like, you need to go away when I'm ready for you. And when I'm ready
Right.
for you, then you can come bother me again.
Right.
Yeah.
It depends on the place where I go. It happens everywhere I go, but I just don't think about it. That's how I turn mine off.
Okay.
But once I start, and if I'm in a place that's got activity, it could get very tense, and things that, trust me, you've seen out of horror movies. I can't even tell you the things that I've seen that I don't even want to see. Especially my fear is when you're sleeping, and sometimes I do get the feeling of being watched, and I really don't like that. And sometimes I have to tell them to back off. And I am very blessed to have my gift. I've had helped a lot of people throughout the way, and there's times where it can get annoying and scary at the same time.
Sure.
And but with my ability, I see signs of my family, but I don't really see them. But I see everybody else's. And it's like I always ask that question. I get aggravated, like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there a reason why? That's the only part that gets me really mad about it. But besides that, I think I'm very happy to have mine because I enjoy helping people.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate what both of you do. I don't know how you do it because recently I had to use right. Well, recently I had to use my gift on my own because Rochelle wasn't there, T wasn't there, no one was there, and you can watch this episode on YouTube here.
Okay.
It's called Season 2, Episode 1, Greenwood Cemetery. You can check that one out. But Brandon was filming me the whole time, and just the emotion that rained down on me when I saw this spirit for the first time literally had me almost tears. It was horrific because I got one of those moments where you see a spirit in the way they died and what they looked like when they died. And I explained it a little bit in the episode that he what was his name, Brandon? I don't remember.
I do not remember what his name was.
Anyway, he had given us given me a picture when we're driving through, the drive through that we do before we investigate a cemetery. I like to drive through, see what tombstones we're dealing with, kind of jot down a few names in my head and all that kind of stuff. And I got a picture of a car going really fast down a hill, and all that kind of stuff. And he had ended up showing me what he looked like after his car crash.
Wow.
I'm just having a hard time believing that it was 100% a car crash because half of his face was literally beaten and bruised. And right there, when I saw that, I had to walk away. I walked back over to the van and literally almost cried. So, you know, really, really sad. So,
yeah, spirits can make you feel like that. It's something that you can't really control once it happens.
Yep, exactly. So, well, with all that out of the way, let's circle back around to Brandon's question there. What is a dream investigation of yours? And this applies to everyone. Anna?
What?
Starting with you.
Investigation.
Oh, me. Oh, my dream investigation?
Yeah.
Well, the one that came to mind, Waverly Hills.
Oh, yes. Waverly Hills
Never
Planetarium.
been there. Always want to go. Something I want to accomplish. And I'm into the Stanley Hotel, and it's like now I crossed that out from Colorado. Now I want to tackle that one. So I see so many people go there, and it's something that will be a great opportunity. So.
Aaron?
Antarctica.
What? Antarctica? What's over there?
Centuries of legend of lost civilization underneath the ice. Entire regiment of Nazi soldiers disappearing down there. No clue, no trace, no nothing. Just gone.
Yeah.
A lot of potential for amazing geomagnetic anomalies that could explain a lot of things for us. Just those that died that were on the HMS Endurance, the ship that got frozen out there, and a handful did survive, but not everybody made it. You know.
Wow.
So yeah, there's a lot of things that happened out there, but nobody thinks about it because it's so damn cold.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool.
100% agree. T, what about you?
I'm just happy to be on any, except cemeteries and done with cemeteries.
Right. I feel it. You know, it was my idea to do a whole season of cemeteries, and that was the biggest mistake I made. Brandon?
Catacombs in Paris.
Nice.
I think that would be an awesome investigation.
Absolutely. I agree. I kind of have two that I would like to investigate. Number one, the Cecil Hotel in California. That would be a really fun one.
Queen Mary.
Yes. That would be fun too. And here's one that nobody has ever mentioned. And this might not ever work because it might, you know, something bad might happen. Has anyone ever mentioned the history and the investigation of the Bermuda Triangle?
No, but I'm very interested in it.
Yeah, I heard.
Go there.
Yeah, I heard somebody on Through the Lens talk about that, wanting to investigate the Bermuda Triangle.
My uncle actually sailed through a corner of it in the Navy when he was in the Navy.
Yeah.
He said every freaking compass on that ship was spinning, freaking everything went fucking haywire.
Wow.
I'm wondering if the Bermuda Triangle has anything to do with the paranormal.
That's what they're trying to figure out. I think it has to do something with science more than paranormal.
Well, we could, you know,
it's all aliens.
That's what I was going to say. We could be dealing with a extraterrestrial encounter here. You know, they could be controlling that space. And I don't know about you guys, but I want to investigate it. There's no way in hell I'm going to the Bermuda Triangle. I'm not doing it.
Right.
Not doing
Might get
it.
stuck.
Right, exactly. So, all right, guys. Well, I guess my very last question for you guys tonight, for this very special season finale, is each and every one of you, what would be your idea of a absolute 100% gun smoking piece of evidence of paranormal activity?
Well, I guess I'm going first.
Go for it.
From what I've seen with my radio show, it would have to be, if you're going to take a picture, take it 3 times, because the reason why, first picture is not there, second picture can be a baby, and always have your picture back up with that second one. Because this way you know now you definitely have hard evidence of it being in that same spot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a damn good technique.
Thank you.
Huh. Very interesting. Aaron?
That's kind of hard to answer because each piece brings a level of profoundness in their own way. You could have a photo capture of a full body apparition, full detail. You can have a video of the apparition in action. You can have an SB7 evidence that answered a specific question that, I guess for me, and this doesn't even have to deal with spirit specifically, but if there was some way that somebody was able to catch documentable evidence of portals or thin spots within the veil.
Really nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
My idea of like best evidence, I would have to say an intelligent haunting. You know, being able to communicate and actually be able to prove that they're able to still think and communicate with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't have anything. Everybody's answers were amazing.
Thank you.
You know, I honestly, I don't even know how to answer that question myself because, for one, we may never have gun smoking proof that paranormal activity is true. The field is just so unexplainable with so many questions. And do we truly have the answers no matter how much documentation we got? No. We probably never will. You know?
We're always learning something new. Always.
That there's always so many freaking doubters out there as well.
Oh, I know. Tell me about
it. It was a piece of fishing line. Oh, it was a bug. No matter how good of evidence you have, there's always going to be somebody out there that's going to try to disprove it.
Well, I can tell you this. Sorry to cut you off, Anna, but the only way to prove that, I mean, there's a way to prove them haters wrong, is to debunk. Don't release anything if you debunk it and it's not real paranormal activity. If you end up doing your debunking session and you figure out there's no way in hell that K2 meter could have went off based off of, what you went over, how can you explain that? If you can't explain it, that's the whole thing that we study. We study the unexplainable.
Yeah.
So if there's nothing that set that K2 off, like Aaron at our investigation, there's no way that anything was setting that K2 meter off the way that it was. And it even got worse when we called that client into that bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's almost like when we were going to do that one tattoo shop. And outside of the tattoo shop, on the sidewalk, it would literally spike all the way up to red. You'd hold it up to the lights that were above you, part of the building, and it would drop all the way down to 2 green.
Yeah.
You walk 5 feet down the sidewalk, and it would cut down to nothing, just 1 green. 5 feet the other way, it would just cut down to nothing but 1 green. But in that one specific spot, it would literally just spike all the way up to red.
Well, I'm not saying that this is the answer for what you got, but one thing that people should be careful of, especially around businesses, silent alarms. Because I've had that happen. I've gone near a silent alarm, and got a level 5 hit, not realizing where I was. And it wasn't until afterwards when I looked and I saw, one of the sensors, and I was like, oh crap, that's what it was. Because silent alarm will hit your K2 like there's no tomorrow.
And while he's on that subject, with the K2, try not to have it near your phone. Put your phone on airplane mode, because your phone will trigger it off and people don't realize it.
Yes.
If your phone's using any internet at all, it'll set that thing off like a freaking Christmas light.
Oh, yeah. Agreed. So, but yeah, I mean, do you guys have any more questions for Anna for this podcast?
Nope.
All right. Well, Anna, I can't say thank you enough for being our very special guest on this special episode.
Thank you.
Always an absolute pleasure. I do look forward to working with you more, as does everybody else. And Aaron, Brandon, T, I continue to enjoy working with you guys every single day. You guys are fantastic. And I couldn't ask for a better panel tonight on this podcast. And T, it's good to finally have you on the panel.
It's nice to meet you too.
Yeah, same here.
Absolutely. So, I appreciate you coming on, Anna. You're more than welcome to come back on anytime that you want. We will be releasing the season 4 details within probably the next 2 weeks to 4 weeks.
Okay.
So everybody can do their inquiries. It's a different season. It's a different concept and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah. But lots to talk about, lots more to catch up on. But unfortunately, it's not going to be on this season because this is the last episode. And we had an absolutely amazing show with a great panel and a really great guest. So, Anna, we appreciate you a lot. Thank you for all you do, and keep doing what you're doing. Everybody go down below. Check out Message from the Afterlife. Link is below. Go over, subscribe, watch, do what you gotta do. Inquire with Anna to be on the show. Lots more. You want to talk about anything? Great host right here. So
thank you.
Appreciate you. Aaron, T, Brandon, you guys are fantastic. Thank you very much. And I hope you guys have a great night.
You too, Marcus. Thank you for everything.
No problem. You guys can feel free to hang backstage if you want to talk after the show.
Okay.
All righty. All right, Brandon. Well, I appreciate you 100% co-hosting not only this show, but the absolute whole season 2 and season 3 of Minnesota SpiritCast now. We have done 2 whole seasons together, and it's been nothing but a blast, man. This has been a great season. Lots of great guests. A big tribute to all of those guests. We met a lot of people by doing this show, and we continue to meet more amazing people. And I think you're a really awesome co-host to do it with. So thank you very much.
And I'm signed up for a whole nother season already. Oh, man.
50 episodes, boy. 50 episodes. It's okay. There's a piece of information for you. We're doing 50 episodes, and we'll explain more later. But yes, you signed up for a whole nother season, and it's going to be a wild ride, man. So everybody watching here, hope you guys are ready because we're coming back with a bang. We're going out this season with a bang, with a great guest, a great show, and a great panel. So it's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this season. Keep an eye out on our Facebook, our Instagram, Twitter, whatever you got to check out for a link to view and stream this whole season of Minnesota SpiritCast. And keep an eye out for details and much more on season 4, as well as more on Minnesota Spirit Hunters. We have a lot more coming. Be sure to check out our sponsor, dscoast.com. Go over there, check out the equipment. It's all handmade. It's special. And use code MNSH. Get 10% off your order. Paranormal Consultant, another sponsor of ours. All kinds of different things. So that's all we got time for. But I had a lot of fun. We had a great season, great long season. And I definitely look forward to picking it back up next season. So, Brandon, until next season, man, hope you have a good one. Thank you very much for everything you do.
Have a good one.
You too, bud. And from me and all of us at Minnesota Spirit Hunters and Minnesota SpiritCast and beyond, all I have left to say is thanks for watching. And as always, happy hunting. We'll see you next season.